This is IGN. Sydney Sweeney's Oscar bait turn as boxer Christy Martin wins by decision. This is your IGN review of Christy by Matt Fowler. Sydney Sweeney is the latest to dance the biopic shuffle, punchily portraying boxing pioneer Christy Martin in a rather run-of-the-mill sports drama based on Martin's game-changing rise to fame, along with her years of abuse at the hands of manager-husband Jim Martin, played by Ben Foster. Much like The Smashing Machine with Dwayne Johnson and Springsteen Deliver Me from Nowhere with Jeremy Allen White, Christy marches diligently alongside 2025's middling performance-forward biographies as Sweeney shines brightly in the midst of what is, basically as a blueprint, a life montage. It's a tricky thing to call out what are considered to be the cliches of a biopic because, well, it is someone's real life. Accusing it of being hackneyed or by the numbers feels mean and dismissive. Remember, though, the life in question is shoved through a Hollywood lens and formatted for our easy narrative consumption. Biopics have always been a performer's medium and not so much a filmmaker's, because many of them, as films, have a hard time balancing involving the viewer versus just merely showing the viewer. Christy takes us from 1989 to 2010, sometimes pausing for important landmarks, but most often whisking us through the rest in a way that makes you wish there were some moments we spent more time with. Christy, as a biography project, is a montage filled with smaller, faster montages, speeding us through training, boxing, media rounds, and Martin's almost parodic conservative parents, played by Merritt Weaver and Ethan Embry, giving their best West Virginia scowls. But Sweeney and director David Michaud from Animal Kingdom and The Rover know well and good enough that we've come to watch a famous person look different and sound different. We've come to see how hard they've worked to change their appearance, alter their voice, and devote themselves to a particular skill set, be it sports or music or what have you. Because, truth be told, we could all just watch the Netflix documentary Untold Deal with the Devil and see a much more unfiltered telling of the tale. Sweeney is tremendous here, physically transforming herself, telling the story of a woman trying to battle her way out of brutal trappings. Chastised and shunned at home for being a lesbian, Martin finds her calling in the 90s boxing world, where no woman had ever found fame or fortune, drawn to the violence as both escape and catharsis. Once entrenched, however, Martin finds herself in quicksand after marrying her trainer, Jim, and slowly discovering that he's a physically and mentally abusive POS. Any and all attempts she makes to move past him, even seeing Don King, played with glee by Chad L. Coleman, as a possible ticket to a Jim-free life, go up in flames thanks to Jim's weaponized incompetence and manipulations. It's hard to make a movie biography that doesn't feel like an uneven encapsulation or an endless parade of check-ins, and Christy is no exception to those pitfalls, sadly. Characters either tend to feel like stock caricatures or they're simply underserved, like Martin's entire training team outside of Jim. But the two main performances, particularly Sweeney's, are good reminders that the spotlight is on the role here and not the particular obstacles or unspooling of struggles. Christy is an actor's dream, and Sydney Sweeney will find herself in catbird seat come awards season despite the film feeling like a chore at times. It does nothing notably different from other biographies, breaking no molds, offering nothing new except a look into the hardscrabble life of a trailblazing boxer and her brush with death. More should have been done toward the end to focus on Christy Martin's more recent life as an abuse survivor and as someone finally living her truth, rather than the bulk of it dealing with Jim's nastiness and manipulative pivots. Sweeney, to her credit, is quite excellent, though, and it's because of her that any forward momentum is found within the film. Christy's IGN score? 7 out of 10. Thanks for listening to IGN. My name is Tony Jackson, and for the latest updates on Christy, visit us at IGN.com.
Spoken Layer.